Okay, I'm going to talk about a few tips and tricks and things that you can do with text. Most of the things that you're going to be doing when you're laser engraving is going to have to do with changing, altering, manipulating text. I just brought up a simple 5.5 inch by 5.5 inch square plaque, and I'll zoom in on it so you can see it a little bit better. But it's just some basic text here that you can change out. Now if I click on the text, you can see that there's dotted lines going all the way down, and you have to be careful not to type over the design that is there. So this can be kind of tricky if you don't know what you're well, if you haven't had a whole lot of experience working with some of the text tools. So let me just take you through a few things. Everyone has their own way of doing this, but let me show you where those tools are, and I'll show you what some of those tools can do. First off, whenever you're in text mode, you'll see this little button depressed on the left hand side. You'll see up on the top of the screen there'll be a menu that'll pop up, and these are basically it's a favorites toolbar for working with text. Probably the most common ones you're going to use or see are this is how you change the font. So if I say that I select the first line of text, I can click this drop down and I can change that font. I'll hit enter there, and now that line has been changed. You do need to select the font or select the text that you want to change, but that means you can change part of the text to one font and part to another. I'm going to hit the back button there. The other thing here is this is the text size, or the font size. It's at 0.24, which means that's 24-point font, or there's 12-point, 14-point. These are terms that I'm sure you're familiar with other programs. Well, that just means it's 0.24 inches tall, the font. We can adjust that, so I can double it, make it 0.48. And now that first line, of course, is taller. You'll see that it actually is squished in at the ends because that text has exceeded the area in which we've set the limit that we have for that line of text. Let me hit the back button here. And that's actually a pretty neat point I'm going to come back to in just a moment. You can do all sorts of things. You can underline the text, underline it. You can, let me hit the back button there. Let me turn my font size down again. You can italicize it. You can make it a subscript or exponent. So there's all sorts of things you can do. You can even increase the size between, or the space between letters. But more than that, if you click this button up here, it looks like a colorful pinwheel. It's called the Rapido. If you click that, another menu is going to pop up. On my computer, it generally pops up down at the bottom here, and you can see that on each color of this wheel there are additional options that you can do with fonts. Now the first one here, green, shows of course your font selection, your justification, things that you can see at the top of the screen too. The size of your font, but here, this is interesting, you can adjust the width of your font. So if you really want that last line to kind of fill up the space there, you can change the width of the letters to like 200%, and now that last line is a lot wider. Let me adjust my first line again, take that off, bring it back down to 24 point, and bring the font back. Alright. Okay, so back down here at the bottom there is a number of other options. You could change the degree at which something is italicized. You could enter a character. Let's say with this button here you can bring up a character list for any of your fonts. Okay, and in that character list you can find if you're German and you want an umlaut, you can get an umlaut over your U. Spanish, what have you. Also, you'll find some interesting characters in each font that you could easily put in. I don't know what this is, but we'll insert it, and let me zoom in on it. It's rather bizarre, but this is a character that you can find under the Berolina Light font. I'll zoom back out. I'm going to just delete that. Okay, continuing on, under other colors, you can see that you can adjust the angle with each letter, the space between letters, um, the, uh, the space between lines. So if you would like to highlight the bottom two lines and increase that space to 200%, you can, and it'll actually spread out the space there. Um, on this on this one here, let's say you type to the end of a line and it kind of squishes down so that you see some lines are spread out, other lines are squished down. What you can do is you can actually highlight all of this, and down here you've got paragraph compression or line compression. Line compression means that it'll compress each line individually. Paragraph means that the whole paragraph will be compressed by the line that is the longest. So if I click on that, hit enter, now each line is actually compressed the same as the longer one. So if I type that backspace on that, you can see the compression is lessening there. Anyway, so play around with this. There's all sorts of options in here, and really you can do almost anything with text. Furthermore, the button next to text mode is called Text Tools, and under here you could create text in a rectangle. That will actually keep all the text centered inside that rectangle at all times. You can put text on an arc. I know that the menu might look a little intimidating, but if you look at it and just follow along, it's pretty simple to do. You can also have your spell checker. That doesn't mean that you don't read through things yourself and have your customers check it, but there is a spell checker there as well. So there's all sorts of things you can do with fonts.